2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to 2K Sports. We're already getting the feel for this new NBA season. Taking it all in with me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Denver Nuggets. For the Nuggets, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. The Brooklyn Nets appear to be in Plan B mode. You remember when new ownership came in 2010, they spent big, traded aggressively for some big-name free agents, hoping it would put them in the hunt for a title. Hasn't exactly happened yet.
No, they took that shot and it didn't work. Didn't work at all. But it's tough to rebuild right now. You know, a lot of those picks were traded away to the Celtics, and they are going to just be a strong basketball team in the coming years.
Well, you're right, Ken. It didn't work. That's why they had to put a new front office in place. You know, bringing on some talent from San Antonio. You know how they do it in San Antonio. They're taking the patient route, building from the ground up.
And that is it. Just about time for tip-off. We'll see you later.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Brooklyn, New York, as the Nets take it to the hardwood here at the Barclays Center. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. For the Denver Nuggets, they won their last contest, that game against the Hawks.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the three ball the way they did.
And, Greg, they were shooting that thing with confidence, boy. Every time they got a clean look from deep, the trigger was pulled. Pow!
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Paul Millsap has become one of the best NBA big men when it comes to getting steals. Now, Millsap says when you're 6'8" going up against guys that are 7 feet, you're not going to be able to block their shot every time. So you try to get it down low when they bring it down. It's all about being smart and using what you have. Kevin?
Thank you, D.A. And Millsap is as crafty as it gets on defense, one of the most underrated players in the game. And with a lot of players changing their team in the offseason, Clark, I know a hard part of going to that new team is learning how to play with a new teammate.
You know what? I never had a chance to experience that as an NBA player being traded, but I watched guys go through it, and you're right. It is difficult, much more so than people think, because you're adjusting to a different style, a different chemistry and vibe with your new teammates, and it takes a little while to figure out how you best fit in with your skill set to your new team.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Gary Harris is out there with Will Barton, and it's Chandler in at the 3 spot. Now here's Booker, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Boy, you really got to be careful with Booker because he's so good at scoring while getting bumped.
And Trevor Booker last season with the best rebounding numbers of his career.
Well, you know, Kevin, that can happen when you play alongside Brook Lopez because he's a good box-out guy, but more than that, he's 7 feet tall and about 270 pounds and takes up a lot of space. Now that Lopez is gone,
shot, gentlemen.
We'll see how Booker's rebounding numbers respond.
On the free throw, no good.
Boy, I love Trevor Booker's game now. Physical, dependable, consistent. The man continues to evolve his game.
Now here is Harris. And it's Jokic in the corner. Here's Barton. Nice D from Russell. Brooklyn with the ball. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And you know what? They were giving away points, missing at the line, a big factor in the outcome.
Ditto that. When you give up this many points at the line, makes it a lot easier for the opposition.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
And last season, how about the jump to true stardom that Jokic was able to make? There was a stretch where every game he just looked more and more incredible. Truly gave this team, I think, a franchise player in the blink of an eye.
Free throw, good. Jokic. And for so many fans, Greg, of Jokic, it wasn't a surprise to see his play blossom last season.
And boy, did he. Jokic is so skilled for a big man, having played point guard growing up. Still very young and looks to be a star for a long time.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. On defense, Denver. It's a three-point game. Russell with a wide-open look. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn.
And the awareness from Lynn, outstanding. A true point guard who really sees the floor well.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Jokic, a strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
Russell with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Knicks in New York. He used that pick to get in close. Lynn's got his second basket.
And this is how you want to start the ball game. 4 for 4 from the field. Seems like they're right on point and can't miss.
Harris passes to Jokic. Inside. Here's Millsap. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Over to the left wing. Mozgov dishes to Lynn. It's hauled in by Harris. For Denver, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The putback, it's good on the putback.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Russell kicks to Mozgov. Screened by Russell. They set the screen. Here's Lynn. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The Nuggets trail to the paint. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. He's off on that one. Good defense by Jokic. For Denver, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Millsap. It's blocked. And oh, here we go with Lynn. Nobody back. Chandler with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Mozgov against Jokic. Passes it to Chandler. 5 to shoot. He nails it, and we're tied up. It's the Nets now. Lynn the pass to Booker. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's guarded by Chandler. No good from Booker.
You know, the defense knew how to play at that time. Liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul. And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
Now Bart, after Jeremy Lin's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Jokic, and he banks in the layup. Jokic has got 7 points in the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Outside, Russell. Picked by Mozgov. Right side, Russell. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. He has 5.
Like a ninja is Russell, sliding inside for the deuce. Eel-like, slippery, smooth, productive.
Harris kicks to Chandler. Got a piece of it.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. The Nuggets have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And when the Nuggets are clicking on offense, Greg, they are a joy to watch.
You know they are, and one reason is because they're one of the better passing teams in the league. And right near the top in terms of assists per game last season. And all players on this roster at all positions look to make that extra pass to get an easy bucket.
Now here's Lynn. 14 points from him the last game against New York. And there's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. 3 on the clock. There's the 3. He can't get that one to fall. And the Nuggets going the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Yeah, you know, most teams have games where they wish they could get a mulligan or take it back. Well, last year, their one loss in this series was one I know they wanted back.
And he gets the bucket.
Really, it's a thing of beauty to watch Hollis Jefferson move the ball like that. I mean, he's a team-oriented guy who looks to make the pass as much as possible.
Now here's Barton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Chandler dishes to Millsap. Denver passing it around. Here's Harris. Excellent D there from Mozgov.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Fareed against Carroll. Beasley, the pass to Fareed. It's tipped, and it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's LeVert. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York. For the 3, Kenneth Fareed grabs the board. The Nuggets have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. There's the pick. Pass to Arthur. Back to Fareed. And stolen by Zeller. Crabbe kicks to Dinwiddie. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
For Brooklyn, they have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Well, Clark, we know one thing. You are a connoisseur of scoring in the post. Which players, in your opinion, do you love to watch go to work on the block?
I tell you, DeMarcus Cousins is really good down there. He's got all of the tricks, and he's got size and great footwork, pretty decent athleticism as well. Karl Anthony Towns, very proficient. But again, I go back to my man Zach Randolph. I mean, he's close to the ground. He's a lefty. And Zebo just gets it done in a way that I enjoy.
Now here's Beasley. 11 points for him in that last game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Fareed. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
One shot.
And that one misses. And when you're on a young team that's still finding its way, how much does the losing take a toll on you as a player?
Well, I can speak to that because I was in that situation back in the early 80s. It does take a toll, but you keep your eye on what's ahead, and you relish the chance to develop as a young player. For the veterans, there's a lot less patience for a losing record, that's for sure.
That's good from Plumlee. And for this new front office in Brooklyn, such a daunting task, Clark. A pretty bare cupboard as far as players and picks. How do they do it?
Well, you got to make $1 out of 15 cents, basically, and that's a stretch. Hiring a top-flight analytics team to find hidden gems, another piece of the puzzle. A big performance staff to individualize and maximize player development, but it goes back to resources being invested in good players that will develop, and then folks to develop.
Here's Carroll after the Nuggets pick up 2. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Plumlee with the rebound. Denver leading by 3. Here's Fareed. Crab pulls it in. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Denver.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also, how about the willingness to attack the basket and challenge the defense
Two
here
shots.
tonight?
The first free throw is good. And the Nuggets over the past few seasons have done a great job as an organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able to develop a star with Jokic. The Nuggets took a very disciplined approach to building this team, and you can see the depth they enjoy, and it all starts with the job this front office has done.
Now here's Moutier. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
And you know, Kevin, his creativity really on display that night. I mean, he was threading beautiful passes everywhere.
To the middle. A nice shot by Zeller. And the Nets lead by 1. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
The Nets shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
One shot, gentlemen.
And the free throw, no good. And Clark, when you think back to your career, what do you miss the most about playing in the National Basketball Association?
Well, you know, for me, Kevin, because my career was cut short due to injury, I missed the opportunity to see how good I could have been on a winning team, on a playoff team. Back in the early 80s, the Pacers were building towards that, and I never got a chance to be part of a playoff team. And the camaraderie you establish in going through the shared misery and joy of competing is something that's special and unique to sports, and you really don't find it in any other venue.
And Denver has possession following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Here's Arthur. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Out left to the wing. Here's LeVert. Here's Zeller. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. And now it's an 8-point Nets lead.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
Now here's Arthur. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. It's stolen by Moutier to stop the run. Rebounded by the Nets.
Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he must make sure to finish these layups. Got to make those.
And it's sent back by Plumlee. Now Beasley. The shot. Zeller grabs the board.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
The Nets have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw.
And LeVert, the Ohio native, has a ton of potential, folks. A tall, lanky shooting guard with really good playmaking ability.
He hits the second from the line.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Yeah, doing an outstanding job of attacking offensively and forcing the issue.
And stolen by Zeller. Grab the pass to LeVert. It's stolen by Arthur. Now here's Fareed. There's the dish to Moutier. Back to Fareed to end the drought. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Nuggets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. First one falls for him. No good on the second free throw. LeVert. That one no good. And so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Plumlee, Arthur out there with Kenneth Faried. Then it's Moutier, and it's Beasley in at the 2 spot.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Moutier spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. It's been a coaching carousel in Brooklyn in recent years, Clark. Your thoughts on Coach Kenny Atkinson, who came from Atlanta, and what he's done there, and what about his staff?
Well, brave souls, and I think Kenny Atkinson has the right approach. Time will tell what kind of coach he becomes, but I like what I've seen from him. He confessed that people he respected told him he'd be insane to take the job, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, and he stepped into it. The Nets have to return the faith he showed and give him time to build this team.
And Clark, just how important to a team is it to have a veteran presence on it? Like, how did the vets on the Pacers help you when you were a rookie or a young player in the league?
You know what? I think it's invaluable, Kevin. I was a 21-year-old rookie. I left after my junior year at Ohio State. And veteran players, Herb Williams had been there a year or two. Guys like Billy Knight and George Johnson, Butch Carter were around. And having those guys talk about what it takes. And we were a very young team and had young veterans, but still they were invaluable in terms of giving you an example of how to go about your business to be successful as a pro.
So it's Denver now. After the basket by Brooklyn, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Boy, he hit his teammate in the perfect spot. Led him easily to the bucket. That's what you call a room service assist.
Dinwiddie dishes to Zeller. To the left wing. Carroll kicks to Crabbe. Picked by Zeller. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got his third basket of the night right there.
And really the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Moutier kicks to Plumlee. To the middle. Faried the pass to Moutier. And out of bounds is Brooklyn gains possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for the Nets.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
So it's Brooklyn now. Here's Dinwiddie. 8 points for him. At the elbow, Zeller. They set the pick. He feeds it to Dinwiddie. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Carroll. Rebound by the Nuggets. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Beasley. He kicks it to Arthur. Beasley right side. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
And now a look at Emmanuel Mudiay here. Last season's performance for him averaged about 11 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. And the Nets making a change here. Mozgov's checked in. The Nuggets trail by 6. Barton with a screen on Lynn. On the wing, Chandler. Mozgov against Jokic. Pulls up on the elbow. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Nets leading by 6. Outside, Russell. Pass to Lynn. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's guarded by Chandler. Inside. Up off the screen. Hollis Jefferson, good.
Make way and wake up. Hollis Jefferson getting it done in traffic.
Here's Barton, and Barton throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Here is Lynn. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Feeds it to Mozgov. Kicks it to Booker. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
One shot.
Free throw, good, Booker. And one of those lunch pail players. You love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. Nets leading by 9. Outside, Lynn. Millsap with the steal.
That was clearly a forced pass. There was no room for him to make it.
And that one's good. Barton.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Picked by Mozgov. Here's Booker. Back to Lynn. Here's the screen. Another shot. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Millsap. Here's Barton, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that to me makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
And he knocks down the first one. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, he knows exactly what he's about. Famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And, you know, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor. And really, the Nuggets, a stronger team than many had predicted last season. One area that troubled them was the defensive end. And when they would lose, it was usually by being unable to come up with consistent stops.
Now here's Barton. He's got 5. Dishes to Millsap. There's the pick. Fires at the elbow. They get it again. Jokic, he makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
And it's Russell missing. And for the Nuggets and their defensive issues, Greg, a lot of it stemmed from their lack of rim protection.
Yeah, and the inability to challenge shots in general, for that matter. And they also had problems applying pressure and forcing turnovers as a team at the bottom of the league in terms of turnovers forced.
You never pass for the sake of passing. You wait until the defense commits. Russell does that, finds the open man nicely.
Now here is Harris. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal. Jeremy Lin, an attack guard if there ever was one. He wants to play downhill all the time, explodes to the rim, and forces the defense to react to his drives.
And Lin's athleticism certainly is underrated. Back, in fact, Clark, when he played with the Rockets, they said he had the quickest first step they'd ever measured.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he is deceptively athletic, and he uses that athleticism at both ends. Defensively, he can get steals and blocks too, Kevin.
And that one falls for Lin.
And, you know, the former undrafted point guard just continues to impress. Lin is an exciting, unpredictable player on the court, but he brings value too.
He hits both from the stripe.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
And stolen by Booker. Russell against Barton. A nice shot by Lin. Lin's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, I really like the touch of Lin. He's a master at getting these shots up and down.
Millsap's against Booker. And Millsap slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
A nice shot by Lin.
And Lin is tenacious on the drive, refusing to be denied by anybody.
Millsap sets the pick for Barton. The feed now to Millsap. Trying to find Jokic, gets it to him. To the paint, here's Barton. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
And the Nets offense, Clark, looking to play up tempo. First in the league last season in possessions per game.
Yeah, and really trying to exploit and take advantage of their youth. Following the Spurs model, spreading the minutes out, trying to use more guys. I think it helps them play at that pace when you can utilize more players. And, you know, he's yet to hit another 3 after nailing one in the first, but I don't think that's going to stop him from shooting.
And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Nuggets in second.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Pretty cool to see Millsap turn shots back. I mean, he's a mobile, athletic, big man who is taking pride in his defensive work.
And Denver has possession. trailing by 5. Harris against Land. From the wing, offensive rebound. Millsap kicks to Jokic. Here's Harris. Mozgov with the block.
7-1 with a plus wingspan. Mozgov can send your shot behind you in a hurry.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Now here's Mozgov. 11 points for him in that last game against New York.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
And I think all the credit goes to the defense there, Kevin. Exceptional job getting the shooter to rush that layup.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 5 points now this quarter.
And, you know, when you let Booker get free inside, Kevin, he finishes now. He's a big, burly presence in the paint who handles his business in there.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
And the Nets with possession here after the Nuggets pick up 2. Here's Mozgov. No good that time. Good work defensively by Millsap. Back to Barton. He dishes it to Millsap. And it's Harris off the drive. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. And now just a 1-point Nets lead. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And a name that a lot of NBA teams were in on this past offseason was Paul Millsap. His ability to shoot from outside and play in the post was wanted all over the league. And the Nuggets were the team ultimately that was able to land it.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. A different look for Denver. .153 left to play in the first half. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Dinwiddie's got 10. And for the Nuggets, Millsap, Greg, seems to be what they want in the 4.
You know, he pairs well with Jokic and others on this team. Gives them some shooting and rebounding, plus his overall versatility is what separates him. The Nuggets seem to jump out of nowhere to sign him, but when you look at things, it really does make sense.
It's stolen by Moutier. Beasley outside. Passes to Fareed. Moutier kicks to Plumlee. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. 6 on the shot clock. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
For Denver, they have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight. 7 for 10.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago. About 77% from the line.
One shot, behind the lane.
That one drops. He ties it up. 58 seconds left to play here in the half. Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. The pass to Dinwiddie. Here's LeVert. Fires from deep. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
The shot by Carroll, no good. The Nuggets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. They swipe it. Pick by Zeller. To the middle. Here's Crabbe. And it's Denver with the rebound. Fareed's got his 3rd rebound tonight. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. Time now for the halftime break, with the 3rd quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Welcome, everybody, to the halftime show. I'm Ernie Johnson. The guy nodding over here is Kenny the Jet Smith. And the guy that's doing that is Shaquille O'Neal. Looking at the Nets, and from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
They obviously came in wanting to push the action. And so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back on defense.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
And we return to Brooklyn, the Barclays Center, which you can see from that gorgeous shot from above the arena. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You know, Paul Millsap has been exceptional here, guys.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Lynn and Russell are in the backcourt. Down low, it's Booker and Mozgov. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 side. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. And it's Russell at the elbow. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and it'll go to the line. It's going to be on Jokic.
Attacking on the drive, and that's going to give Russell some free throws this time.
And a big move for D'Angelo Russell this past offseason. Traded from the Lakers to Brooklyn. Now one of the major building blocks of this team that has embraced him wholeheartedly.
They throw good, Russell. And with the draft spot the Lakers have and the spotted history with D'Angelo Russell. You know, Greg, it wasn't a huge shock to see him move.
You know, it just seemed to me that Russell wasn't the right fit for what LA wanted to do. Still a very young and talented player who has a chance to kind of reinvent himself here in New York. He's shown a bit more maturity since that trade and since joining this team.
Chandler, no good.
And the defense that time was late. And you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
Lynn dishes to Mozgov. Down low, there's Hollis Jefferson. A second chance effort. Back to Mozgov. Here's Lynn. Chandler with the block. But they get it back. Pass to Mozgov. And another shot. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Mozgov's got his first basket of the night.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
Barton kicks to Millsap. To the paint. Here's Jokic. That shot is off. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lynn. Shoots a 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Millsap's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets.
And when you talk about just a natural basketball player, I think you got to envision a guy like Paul Millsap. He just does it all. He's got the skill level and versatility at that power forward position. And in this league today, you have to be able to impact the game the way he does.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. And you look at all the different things that Paul Millsap does for you on the court, Greg. Don't forget about the defensive end of the floor, too.
Yeah, great point. And all defense selection, One of the great big men in league history in terms of getting steals, just unbelievable hands. And you know what? He epitomizes consistency when you look at the course of his career.
And he sinks the second. Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 10. And it's Mozgov at the elbow. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap. Millsap's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Harris passes to Jokic. Mozgov with the block.
And, you know, they don't have it right now. I mean, missing their first 3 shots so far this half, slow start.
Nets leading by 3. Booker outside. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. There's the dish to Booker. Over Millsap.
And one of the league's best defenders. Millsap closing out well on that one.
Here's Harris. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That one on Mozgov.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
One shot.
Net shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Russell kicks to Dinwiddie. It's Russell with the drive. Barton with some nice D.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. And if you're a pro, you need to make that.
There's Dinwiddie. Barton defending. They set the pick. Chandler with the steal. Barton dishes to Chandler. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Dinwiddie kicks to Russell. Booker is screen on Barton. Russell passes to Booker. Feeds to Dinwiddie. The Nets working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. There's the pick. Shot to stop the drought. And the layup is good. Dinwiddie's got 12 in the game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Barton kicks to Jokic. 2 points. That one goes. Jokic has got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Booker tries to keep it alive. Barton with the rebound.
Not surprising he missed that one, though, Kevin. I mean, the defense was very aggressive on him there.
And it's sent back by Russell. In transition, here come the Nets. No good from Booker.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. Harris outside. Here's Jokic. Offensive rebound. Mozgov with the block. And they're able to recover.
Tell you what, Paul Millsap, one of my favorite players because he's so effective, scores at an efficient clip, rebounds the ball well, and defends multiple positions too. He gives you everything.
This is his first free throw of the game.
2 shots.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Both shots good from the stripe. Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Russell sets a screen for Booker. He feeds it to Mozgov. Back to Booker. Russell against Barton. Off the pick. That's good on the jump shot. 9 points for D'Angelo Russell.
So much confidence for a young player. Terrific move by Russell in traffic.
Harris dishes to Chandler. Can't hit that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Here's Mozgov, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Mozgov's got 4 this quarter.
Beautiful timing there by Mozgov. Converts off the miss.
Barton kicks to Jokic. Harris outside. Here's Millsap. And again, Denver no good.
That's good offense. The shot didn't go down, but they'll live with that.
And it's Russell missing. The Nuggets trail. Moment here now for an injury report.
Well, Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Nets. At this point, he's saying that it looks like a grade 1 sprained ankle. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
Okay, Dave, thanks. Sounds like he won't be out for 2. Here's Dinwiddie. Jokic grabs the miss.
And the defense that time was late. And you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
Millsap misses. Burnett shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. To the left side wing. Here's Dinwiddie. They get it back. Book. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Denver.
Man, I like whenever Booker gets to the line, Kevin. Aggressive whenever the defense is around him. Earns those trips to the stripe.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today. And unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Zeller, he's checked in for Mozgov. Tamari Carroll comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Krabs checked in for D'Angelo Russell. And it's LeVert in for Dinwiddie. He hits the second from the line.
And you can sense that the pressure might have gotten to him a little bit, but he did do enough to put them in the lead.
And Nets coach Kenny Atkinson, before taking over in Brooklyn, a key assistant in Atlanta under coach Mike Budenholzer.
Yeah, and you talk about the Spurs coaching tree. There are a lot of good branches on that tree, boy. Budenholzer spent almost 2 decades in San Antonio. Now his assistant in Atlanta, Kenny Atkinson, is the head coach in Brooklyn.
Grab the pass to Booker. There's the pass to LeVert. Picked by Zeller. To the inside. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Zeller's got 8 points. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Beasley dishes to Fareed. Screen by Fareed. 6 to shoot. And Fareed throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Beasley kicks to Plumlee. Dishes it to Fareed. Back to Plumlee. And stolen by Zeller. 3-on-3. Here's Carroll. Tries again. That shot misses. Plumlee with some nice D. The Nuggets shooting terrible so far in the second half. Down around 26%. The shot's good from Fareed. Brooklyn trailing. Here's LeVert. Banked in off the glass.
Like the way LeVert controls himself, always under control, knows what he's looking for, takes his time, particularly when he's close to the basket.
And here's Moutier. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Down low. Fareed the pass to Plumlee. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's LeVert. Offensive rebound. Zeller. And Fareed sends it back. Back to Moutier. Fires from deep. Denver the rebound. Kicks it out to Beasley. Tries again. And it's good on the layup. Beasley's got his third bucket of the night. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Booker. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. And you look at Crabbe, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from three.
Stolen by Fareed. Here's Moutier. Lays it up off the glass. Moutier's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nuggets.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
1:32 left to play here in the third. Zeller dishes to Lin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go from 14. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Arthur kicks to Moutier. And Denver again with the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Kicks it to Crabbe. And Fareed comes to help. And there's the 3-second violation. And look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Booker.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team.
The Nuggets leading by 5. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance. This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Moutier, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Brooklyn. And with Moutier, although he is a heavy rotation player, Greg, he is still somewhat of a project long term.
You know, it isn't always easy to be patient with Moutier, but that's what is needed. Slowly improving his efficiency, which is a big issue for him. And you can see the raw potential, but he has a lot of smaller things to clean up.
That free throw, no good. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Nets trail by 5.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Execution paramount. Speed it up and put the defense on their heels if you can. You know, Kevin, his team is struggling a bit right now. I mean, I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ...
From 8. And the basket is good. Moutier's got 6 in the quarter. Lynn with it. Can they get it? That's tipped. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, excellent execution that time, partner. Don't want to give the opponent any time to get them back.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nuggets lead by 5. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Mike Malone moments ago with some words for his players.
Let's build on it. Let's build on that quarter. No let-ups. Great defense, okay? That's who we are.
Mike Malone citing the terrific D, wanting his guys to stay in character and keep pressing.
Yeah, they're feeling their oats right now. Can they take it up, though, another level? Let's find out.
All right, the 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And Denver will start the 4th quarter with. We've got Arthur Plumlee out there with Kenneth Faried. Then there's Emmanuel Mudiay. And it's Beasley in at the 2 guard. Mudiay kicks to Beasley. Faried against Carroll. Plumlee with the screen. Down low. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Nets trail by 3. And there's the feed to Carroll. There's the screen.
Back door, back door.
Lynn the pass to LeVert. Picked by Zeller. A nice shot by LeVert.
You got to D up LeVert better than that, Kevin. I mean, he excels at scoring over the defense.
Now here's Mudiay, defended by Lynn. Here's Beasley. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 5 rebounds tonight, and the foul called on Darrell Arthur. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Mozgov, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Alan Crabb. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for LeVert. Russell with the bucket.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
The Nets have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Mozgov dishes to Lynn. Mozgov, great positioning on the putback. And the Nets lead by 1.
I love the emotion on the putback. Mozgov attacking that rim. Go after it, big fella.
Out to Chandler. Back to Faried. Mozgov with the steal. And it's Kenneth Faried with the foul. That's his 1st foul. And the Nets making a change here. Booker's checked in. The Nuggets also changing it up. Jokic comes in for Mason Plumlee. And Paul Millsap subbed in for Faried. For Brooklyn, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. Here's Russell. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Barton kicks to Millsap. Jokic sets the screen for Millsap. And it's Harris off the drive. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Mozgov.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I like about Paul Millsap, Kevin, is he's relentless. There's no let up when he's out there. I mean, he goes after every ball.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
One shot.
That one misses for Paul Millsap. And for Rondé Hollis Jefferson Clark, he can do a lot of different things, but the hole in his game has been his inability to shoot the ball.
Well, I've got to be honest with you. That jumper of his is really broke. I mean, it's just quirky and unorthodox and needs some work. It's awkward, very awkward. And he seemed to regress a bit offensively in his second year. If he can repair that shot, though, I think he's got a lot to offer.
Here's Booker. Up and in on the layup.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
Well, he's done it again right there on the offensive glass. I mean, it's a great stretch that he's having here, and boy, I really admire his energy.
Mozgov with the steal. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. There's Hollis Jefferson. They grab their own miss. Jokic with the steal. Outside Millsap. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That will be foul number 5 on him.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
Lynn the pass to Mozgov. Back to Lynn. Here's the floater. Here's Booker. Good work defensively by Millsap.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Here's Lynn. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Barton against Russell. He kicks to Mozgov. No good on the shot. The Nuggets trail by 5. Here's Barton. That's good, and it's Millsap with the assists. Millsap's got 3 assists tonight. Russell kicks to Mozgov. There's a good screen to the inside. From 7, Hollis Jefferson, good. And the Nets lead by 5.
Taking it right at the defense. Hollis Jefferson in attack mode.
Harris dishes to Millsap. Hands the shot with nobody near him. Millsap's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Here's Booker. That shot, no good. Now Denver takes it the other way. Martin passes to Chandler. To the right side. Millsap kicks to Chandler. And it's Jokic in the corner. Lock at 6. The kick out to Barton. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Barton. The Nets with the lead. Out to the right wing. Lynn dishes to Mozgov. Back to Lynn. And that one is hammered home.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Outside, Russell. Russell, a screen on Harris. Booker, the pass to Russell. From 12 feet out. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Nuggets have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Over to the wing. And stolen by Barton. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Harris with the ball to take the lead. And it's laid in by Barton. And the Nuggets lead by 1. Nets shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Russell kicks to Lynn. Moves back up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Denver making a switch here. Fareed is checked in.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Here's Harris. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Russell dishes to Lynn. Picked by Mozgov. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Lynn's shot is off.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Harris against Land. Harris kicks to Chandler. Fareed the pass to Chandler. The Nuggets keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock. That's good from Harris on the assist by Fareed. Now it's a 4-point Denver lead.
I love the low post attack on that one.
Lynn dishes to Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
And, you know, even though he's a little undersized, Booker plays bigger than he is and with a lot of heart. Boy, he's a tenacious dunker.
And out of bounds is Brooklyn gains possession. Now Lynn. He dishes it to Booker. Now here's Lynn. Outside Russell. Some solid defense from Fareed.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Stolen by Fareed. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Here's Barton. The rebound by the Nets. Russell's got his 4th rebound in this one. And a wide open look for Lynn. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Lynn's got it all tied up now for the Nets. Nuggets have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Jokic with his screen on Russell. Fareed setting the pick for Barton. And here's Chandler from the arc. Second shot opportunity. Jokic. Booker pulls it in. And they're in position to take the lead.
And how big would a bucket be at this stage of the game?
Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
One shot, gentlemen.
Nets trail by 3. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
And he's got to be thrilled with how well he shot the ball, Kevin. Good on almost 60% of his shots. That's what I call an efficient performance. And a team loves having someone that dependable they can rely on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. He wants to change it up defensively and get more people packed into the paint. He said they're beating us up down low. We have to put a stop to it. Let's see if they respond, Kevin.
Russell kicks to Lynn. Mozgov a screen on Harris. Mozgov passes to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Barton, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 15 points for D'Angelo Russell. Chandler a screen. Barton dishes to Chandler. Fareed a screen on Russell. Chandler kicks to Jokic. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts. And that one really took the air out of this crowd.
Just like that. I mean, you could hear a pin drop in here.
Screen by Russell. Lynn kicks to Russell. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Crucial hoop right there. Hollis Jefferson rising to the occasion.
Pass to Fareed. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Jokic inside. Mozgov covering. Here's Fareed. Yes!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Picked by Mozgov. Lynn kicks to Russell. On the wing, Booker. Over Fareed. No good from Booker. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
Jokic in a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Mozgov, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Alan Crabb, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
Time working against them here.
It sure is, and with such short time, it'll be really hard for them to catch up.
Lynn kicks to Booker. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Pass to Russell. This one for 3. Again, Russell missing. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And the first of two, no good. Heartbreaker. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They trail by 5. Just 4 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole it's hard to climb out of.
Well, to me, they look emotionally spent.
Lynn from long range, off target with that shot. So the Nuggets win it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some, and what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open, but some of the constants have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy in, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.